All right, folks, Trump had a meeting a couple of days ago with the Senate's lone black Republicans to talk about matters of race. Clearly didn't make much difference. He sat down with South Carolina Senator Tim Scott after the president refused to denounce white supremacy and equated the white nationalists and neo-Nazis who clashed with anti-racism demonstrators in Charlottesville. Scott blasted him, saying Trump had lost his moral authority, but he never had moral authority. Now, following the meetings, Scott spoke with CBS News.
I went in there not expecting to change the president's mind.
Did you get the sense that he felt bad about what he had said?
He's obviously reflected on what he has said, on his intentions and the perception of those comments. He was certainly very clear that the perception that he received on his comments was not exactly what he intended with those comments. He asked some questions about some other incidences that found African-American men in compromising positions of no fault of their own.
Did you feel like you changed the president's mindset?
The president was very receptive to listening. That is a key to understanding.
Okay, a couple of things. First, the White House sent out the photo of that meeting, and they said that was Senator Tom Scott. You might want to get the name of the only black Republican senator right. But yesterday, Donald Trump was on Air Force One flying to Florida, and looks like he didn't learn much from the meeting. Press play.
We had a great meeting. Tim Scott's been a friend of mine for a long time. I've been a supporter of his when I was a civilian. I was one of his earliest supporters, and I supported him when he ran. And we had a great talk yesterday. I think especially in light of the advent of Antifa, if you look at what's going on there, you know, you have some pretty bad dudes on the other side also, and essentially that's what I said. Now, because of what's happened since then with Antifa, you look at, you know, really what's happened since Charlottesville. A lot of people are saying, in fact, a lot of people have actually written, gee, Trump might have a point. I said you got some very bad people on the other side also, which is true. But we had a great conversation.
Brandon, doesn't sound like he learned from the meeting.
No, not at all. And it reminds me of a meeting we had last year during the campaign at the RNC. They invited a bunch of black activists to the RNC after he won the nomination. And one of the questions they asked was...
A bunch of black activists?
Black Republican activists, yep. There was a room full of them, yeah, boardroom full of them and stuff. But anyways, back to the point. They asked us what would be the major hurdle to Republican Donald Trump in the black community. And
y'all said Donald Trump.
No, to me it was birtherism. I mean, so the idea that Trump has had a difficult relationship with race should not be a surprise to anyone. His meeting on Wednesday, I like Tim Scott, I respect Tim Scott, but as you said, his statements earlier today or yesterday shows that it may not have much impact. So.
By the way, I did text Tim Scott over the last couple of days. He finally responded to me yesterday. He said, well, he was traveling, so we'll talk today. So I'm trying to get him on the show. We talked to CBS News. I want him to come talk to the only black show in America. That's a national show. Wendy, your thoughts?
Well, whether it's his remarks on Charlottesville, whether it's his championing of birtherism, whether it's the Central Park Five, whether it's the Muslim ban, again, Donald Trump, he continues to conform to these white supremacist ideologies. And honestly, Brandon or Tim, I don't feel bad for you guys. We told you guys what Donald Trump was about. And now he is showing the world exactly what he's about.
Cleo?
Then why are we having conversations about maybe he learned something?
He hasn't.
I mean, it's a very bizarre concept. Trump has been clear as a bell, consistently dismissive and racist and white supremacist, and at least he's consistent. At least he's present in his state of mind in terms of his anti-blackness. So why are we still talking about him learning anything?
No, we're talking about he's not learning anything. I'll give you the final comment.
Donald Trump just needs to stand for something. He keeps going back and forth to the fringes of his base, and it's egregious and it's reckless and it's destroying our country.
Period. All right.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no.
That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.